Alright, so this is part 2. We're going to take this harness that we just made and we're going to put it in the guitar. Now, special note, when I was making the harness in the video, I put the ground wire the wrong way wrong way around. I'm dyslexic, I do shit backwards, and if I'm looking at a camera and trying to... I fixed it. Remember, you want the harness to be like this. These are the two volume. The reason why you want it to go this way is just a little easier. You can put it this way, it's really not a big deal. Again, I'm a neat thing guy. Because the wires from the pickups and switches come in this way, so to have a fucking wire, it's a pain in the ass. So always, do it this way. Not the other way around. Volume pots, like lead tone pots. Okay, so let's get down here. We're going to be doing the gold top. This is a dark back gold top. And so the old pots in here were the same old pots that I talked about in the other video. I have already removed the knobs. I took these knobs off. These are reproduction knobs of 50s knobs, so these are really nice. All of my Historics have these. First things first. You take your pliers. I know. Be careful. What you want to do is you want to take these off. Each nut off. All you have to do is loosen it. Then use your fingers. And then make sure you be careful with pointers. You take your pliers. Take your fingers. Go like this. Over the hole. Gently grab a hold of it. Turn once. That's all you need to do. Comes right out. And put it on top of one of the knobs. It's very important, okay? Never over tighten this shit. You could put a washer on the back of it so it's easier to turn. I don't do that. But never over tighten this. You don't have to over tighten anything. Don't over tighten your screws. Don't tighten it enough. Hold it. It's not going to go anywhere. That's it. Don't be like, you don't need to do that. A little bit. Nudge. A little bit. Nudge, a little bit, nudge. When dealing with the front of the guitar, be always careful to the finish. That's a given. I have to explain that to you, then you shouldn't even be doing any of this. Take this off, and this off. Alright, now, turn on the back. I already unwired it just to make it easier and so that the video is not tremendously too long. Here's your old harness that I had in there. This is the switch and pickup wire for the bridge pickup because I looped it like this. I put them together, and this is the neck. They've been detached from here. The ground wire is over here. That's been detached from the pot as well. So basically right now, it pops right out. Give it a little wiggle, and out it comes. Be careful of the finish. Old pots, old caps. They go back there. So now you have everything nice and neat. You have your bridge neck and switch, bridge switch and pickup, neck switch and pickup. You have your grounding wire over here. Try to get in close enough so you can see everything. Okay, this is the wire that just goes to your jack. Don't worry about that. Just don't, when you're soldering, as you can see, don't melt your damn tubing on the thing. I have done that a few times. Okay, so now I'm going to put, and oh, special note, if anybody really wants to know, I don't know if you can see it, but if you see, yep, this gold top has flame under it. I don't know if you can see it. See. It's got a flame top, my gold top. Anyway, so now you lay down the guitar, nicey, on a blanket, you take your kit, you undo the screws from the kit, or the nuts from the kit. Pops right off the form. Save this. Now, you just put it into the guitar the way it's meant to be put in. See? You go underneath the switch, the jack wire. Gently maneuver it in there. Doesn't take much maneuvering. Watch your ground wire. This is also why I told you to get a little bit of leeway so that when you're maneuvering this thing in there, it goes in without trouble. Now, on Historics, there's going to be a lip in certain spots. Okay? It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but you can maneuver it in and be careful of that lip. Move it over with your finger, you stick it in. There you go. She's in, she's in, she's not in because it's the lip over here. You bend that a little bit. There you go. It's down in the lip. She's good. Pull the cap out a little bit, bend the wire out a little bit. That's why you got your leeway. She's in. Finagle that cap a little bit nice. There you go. Nobody's touching anybody. Everybody's happy. And everything's good. And here, you got your two switches and your pickups, your ground wire. Let's see. See how the new one's in there now? Nice and straight. You see that lip that I'm talking about on the side? It's where the top and the body come around. That's on Historics, and we're talking about Historics, so we all know that. So it's not any new surprise. Parts on the back. Now, the next thing I want you to do is take your nuts, not those nuts. Take these nuts, and I want you to go to the front of the guitar, and I want you to put them gently on the pot. Push the pot in from your finger from the back, and push this on temporarily. This is only temporarily. Don't tighten this. It's just there to hold it in place, so it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move around when you're soldering things. So don't tighten this. You'll be taking this off in a few seconds. This is just so that the pots are resting flat on the cavity and they're not moving around so much. And also to make sure it's clearing any routing lips and all that kind of stuff. Stop making the jokes. Anyway, anyway. Okay. That's in there good, that's in there good, that's in there good. Now, it's very simple, and the first thing you basically have to do is just solder. Clean your solder iron off again, not fungal. Wait till your solder iron gets hot. You get your solder. Now, yes, I'm not putting a blanket over this or moving anything like that. I've done this a million times. I'm good. If you have not, I suggest putting maybe painter's tape or some kind of cloth around the cavity just in case you don't drip anything. Again, I'm a professional. Don't just be careful what you're doing sometimes. I had a friend a long time ago, and I used to wire his guitars up because what he used to do is used to fucking set them on fire. He'd solder, and he'd light. I don't know how the fuck he did this, but he'd light the nitro on, and it would burn, and he'd have burn marks everywhere. And I was like, "Ah, oh, fungal, give me the goddamn fucking thing." And I used to do it for him. He was a mess. He was a goddamn mess. So first off, what I do is I put the ground wire. The ground wire, as you all know, if you ever look, it's by your little R7, R8, R9 little stamp, the model stamp that they put in. The ground wire is always usually over there. So it's going to fit right next to where you got the ground wire for the harness. So again, 5 seconds. You can do this over here. Do this here. Alright? And enter we go. All you have to do is push it down. Sometimes I get like a little thing here, and I just hold it in place so that it sticks to where I want it to stick. And that's it. Sometimes I use a screwdriver, and I turn the screwdriver around, and I use this to hold it down. I don't have a needle nose pliers. I know. I'm getting one tomorrow. I have all kinds of fucking tools, but I don't have a needle nose plier. It really pisses me off. So here. Make sure that this is grounded and that this is and everybody's copacetic down here. It doesn't take long, and it doesn't take a lot of solder. That ain't going nowhere, and everybody's happy. Now it's grounded. The grounding wire goes to the tailpiece and the screws if you're interested to know. Next up we're gonna do the neck first. Now let's do the bridge first. We'll do the bridge first because the bridge is already half apart here. I keep my pickup wires long. You don't have to. I just like to have an option of there being extra wire there if in case I ever need it for anything. So that's why they're a little long. Plus also it helps also when you're going to do this that you know that, oh, this is the pickup wire because it's too long. And that you never screw up. Although I screw up. The most pain in the ass of this to do, the first thing is the switch. Because the switch has to go on the lug with the cap. So sometimes I push the cap a little bit forward so I can see what I'm doing. And since I'm old now, I need glasses. Maybe I should get my glasses. Hold on. These are my reading glasses. I need glasses to read and glasses actually to see. My sunglasses, if everybody ever sees me with sunglasses all the time, those are prescription. I'm light sensitive and farsighted. So here we go. We're going to take the switch wire, which is relatively clean. See? It's nice. Hasn't been abused or anything. This is the old-fashioned 50s wire, of course. The outside is for the ground. This is for the hot, so to speak. We're going to take this. Get a good angle here. And we're going to heat up. Push the cap a little bit out of the way. We're going to heat up the cap wire connection there, cap lug, and what will happen is the solder will loosen just enough and you can push the fucking wire straight in. Give it 5 seconds it's done. That's in, and that ain't going nowhere, and she's beautiful. Okay, now I got the damn pickup wire underneath, so we gotta take this pickup wire out for a minute. Okay, so after you get it on the lug, you just need to ground it. But first, before I do that, I'm going to be taking the pickup wire and putting the pickup wire on. The pickup wire is a lot easier because it goes on a lug that has nothing on it. So you just stick it in there and then just zap it. Once they're both on, you got to ground them. So you have to solder them both to the top of the pot. This can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but for the most part, you just got to take the side of it, hold it down. This is where the tip comes into play with the good tip that I have on here. Get a little solder on there. Hold it to the top and down. Try not to burn anything. Just make sure it's connected. It's good. It's grounded, and it's not coming up. Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see. So now you can see they're grounded to the pot, they're attached to their lugs, and they're all set. That's one. You can also see this is the ground wire from the tailpiece, and it's grounded to the top. We're just going to repeat the same thing with this. Do the switch wire first, straighten it out, nice and easy, doesn't give you too much of a fucking problem. Bend this thing out of your way, keep trying to get things out of your way. Sometimes things don't want to get out of your way, and you gotta push them out of your way. You know how life is. Okay, so now, you motherfucking, see what I'm talking about? It's hot. Alright, you dirty bitch. Get in there. Alright. Give me a minute. Alright, we're back. So, I finished the rest. Here's what you got. New harness is in, everything's grounded, everything's hooked up, all the solder joints are good. I may take these caps out, I don't know, they're kind of old, but I still like them, so I use them. So I may be replacing these caps later on. Once again, now that you're done, you just turn it over on the back, you put your knobs back on with your little washers, take that off, tighten them slightly, you put your knobs on, you're good to go. And that is an installation of a new harness in a historic. I'll finish this up and then we'll give it a run. And maybe I'll make a video about that. Yeah. So once I put the rest of the shit together, I'll make another video and we can hear what it sounds like. Again, the difference is going to be a little clearer maybe and a little bit higher in volume wise that these are going to be, as opposed to what was in there, because what was in there are not, these come to 534, these probably came to 500, 499, maybe 505, so a better quality cap. Not that these are bad, it's not, it's just neater, cleaner, none of this shit, and makes me feel better. And that's that. Like I said, I probably will change out these caps. Who knows? If they sound fine, then I'll leave them in. That's how we go. But it's nice. I have a few more to do like this. So I think I have maybe like 6 more to do or 5 more to do. I do one once a month. That's it. Just once a month. Get my pots, and that's all I gotta do. Alright. 21 fucking minutes. It's gonna take a little while to load up. I'm gonna do another video later on about reverb. We have to get some shit straight with this wonderful online thing. That's gonna be another video. I'm gonna do a couple of comparison videos playing with a few things. I have a couple of ideas in mind. So, till next time.